Hey, this is Ryan from rm-sounds.com, and today I'm going to do a couple videos on a little known function in Ableton's MIDI editor called stretch notes. And the first of which I'm going to show you how to create tuplets for your compositions. Tuplets being any division of time that's not an even multiple of 2 or 3. We all know how easy it is to create your 16th notes, 8th notes, and 16th and 8th note triplets. But what happens when you want to create odd polyrhythms and stuff like that? When you want to compose odd time signatures, you don't have to use this technique. It's really easy to just change your time signature for your project globally up here, or also for each individual clip. You can do it down here. So if you wanted to work in 7/16th note time, that's totally cool. But if you want to have a general grid you're working with, say 4/4 time, but then occasionally you want to deviate and have some strange polyrhythms in there, then this is a technique for you. Alright, so let's get right into it. I'm just going to drag one of my examples here down, and I am going to delete the hi-hat pattern that I've written, and I'm just going to play. It's just a kick snare rhythm. So we all know, like I said, how to create 16th notes. Just go into 16th note grid and draw. If you want to do 8th notes, Command 2 will zoom you out. If you want to do 30 seconds, Command 1 twice, and you're back into 30 seconds. When you want to do triplets, you just press Command 3, and you go into your triplet grid. And again, the zoom in 1 and 2, Command 1 and 2 will lower your grid down to a smaller amount of time. But if you want to, for example, fit 5 notes within this 1/4 note rather than 4 or 6, you have to do something a little bit different. And so the way you do this is draw in the amount of notes you're looking for, in our case 5, and then draw 1 extra. And the reason we do that is because we're going to highlight them all, right click on them, and select stretch notes. And what this will do is drop in 2 little tabs, one at the very beginning and one in between the last 2 notes. So the reason we had that 1 extra is because that's going to serve as our anchor on our grid here. So if we want to have 5 notes within the quarter, we're going to put the 6th note on beat 2. Just like that. So dragging right and left, you can see stretch notes will stretch your notes evenly to whatever length you'd like. You can also turn off the grid, and you're not restricted to only those specific increments in time. So turning off the grid actually can get you some really cool granular glitches and stuff when you bring it in really tight, but we'll not focus on that right now. So we want 5 to the quarter, so we're going to drag our sixth note to beat 2 like so. And if we deleted that, you can now see there's 5 notes in the exact same amount of time that we've got 1/4 here. So we can copy that out. We can delete certain notes. I'm just randomly picking them here. I don't know how it's going to sound. And you can hear if I click play. It kind of lags a bit. It's kind of got a bit of tension, and that's because it's not common to us. It's not something that we're familiar with in Western music. So another example, if I delete all of these, let's say we want to do 7. Rather than doing 7 to the quarter, let's do 7 to the half note. So it really doesn't matter what grid you're working in. You just want to draw in 7 notes of equal length. And then add that 8th as your anchor. Right click, go to stretch notes. Let me just move this out of the way, and you can see here we're going to drag our 8th note to beat 3 of bar 1. And now if we duplicate that and click play, so just a very basic example of what you can do with this. I'm not going to tell you how to use this in your composition, because that's a whole other talk we could have. But this is how it's done technically. It's very simple, and you can have a lot of fun with it.